Chicago is bracing for record-breaking temperatures. Bears fans say they are ready.
The Bears-Packers rivalry is one of the oldest in the NFL.
Chicago fans are coming from all over the city. I don't think the NFL is ready. These boys are for real.
Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi and my co-host Chuck Full Damage Miller.
Yes, sir. We ready, baby.
It is Chicago Bears versus Green Bay Packers, the trilogy, part 3, round 3, man. We're here, bro, and it's the playoffs, and you already know we ready, bro. We freaking ready, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anticipation, man, leading up to this game. Packers fans, they're talking about, oh, bring us the Bears. Bears fans talking about, oh, bring on the Packers. And guess what? We're going to have a cinema this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
7 o'clock Central Time.
8
o'clock Eastern Time. 5 o'clock in Pacific Time if you're in California. It's going down. It's going down in Chicago. Chuck, I want to get your thoughts on this, man. Like,
so you want my thoughts on it? Oh, no, I don't really have much to say thought-wise other than this is the biggest game of the freaking year. This is the ultimate dream matchup for the NFL. All you viewers out there in KL Sports Talk land, I need you to like, comment, and subscribe on this video because this one here is what we've been waiting for. This is for all the marbles. This is for NFC North bragging rights. This is for the advancement in the playoffs, and this to set us up for our potential Super Bowl run. And yes, that songwriter is right. We ready for y'all. Come on, Green Bay. We've been waiting to get this on.
I know, man. I mean, our last two matchups came down to a one-score game. The first one came to a one-score game. You know, with the interception by Keyshawn Nixon, you know, and then of course the second matchup, it came on a game-winning touchdown pass to DJ Moore. That nice ball, that 46-yard touchdown pass,
beautiful.
You already saw it on the video that Caleb Williams made to DJ Moore. Literally was draped all over Keyshawn Nixon. Was able to make that throw. Y'all could talk about, you know, the 4th and 8 play from 2013 or whatever, you know, with they call it the Chris Conte game or the 4th and 8 when Aaron Rodgers made that pass.
The world's worst coverage ever by Chris Conte.
Yeah, by Chris Conte. Chris Conte couldn't even guard my own grandma, bro. But
real talk on that, brother.
He couldn't. But you allowed Randall Cobb to get all the way wide open for that touchdown, bro. But I think that's even better. That pass, well, this Caleb Williams pass was even way better because, you know, I mean, like I said, like DJ Moore was literally draped all over Keyshawn Nixon, which should have been a pass interference, but you know,
this one was challenged, bro. The Randall Cobb one is wide open. There wasn't nobody within 20 yards.
Nobody was around Randall Cobb.
Right. So yeah, this one was challenged, bro. This one was challenged. Anytime it's challenged and it's put on the money like that, bro, definitely, my brother, this is a better one. You know, and that pinpoint accuracy with the location.
The pinpoint accuracy to able to where only DJ Moore can get it, the put it in his breadbasket.
But a dude all over his neck, hands in his face. look like he's trying to choke slam him like this is the WWE. And for that man to still come down with that ball, that is incredible concentration, bro. DJ
That's something
Moore.
that can only be done in the movies, man. That's like cinema.
Oh yeah, bro. You couldn't have drawn this up no better. You couldn't have scripted this no better. Bears fans, y'all out there and y'all watching this, man, get into the comment section and let us know how ready y'all are for this Chicago Bears victory over these Green Bay Packers. Yeah, I'm jumping out here and I'm saying it up front and up close and personal. We ready for this victory. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So going into this game, of course, this is the third matchup. This is I think this is the 213th time both of these teams are going to face each other. I think regular season or playoff. This is the third time in playoff history that both of these teams are going to face each other. The first one was in 1941. It was the Western Championship game where the Chicago Bears dominated the Green Bay Packers. I think it was like 33-14. And then the second one, we all remember 2010, when Jay Cutler went down, and Caleb Haney had to fill in for him. The Packers beat
darn near led us to victory. Darn
game. You know, when I watched back at it, it was a pretty good close game. Caleb Haney, played a decent game. People remember that whole BJ Raji, pick six, whatever. But I mean, it was a close game, and Packers fans want to talk about, oh, you didn't have Jordan Love or whatever. We could talk about how we didn't have Jay Cutler, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But going into this third matchup, Chuck, I kind of want to get your thoughts on some key things in order for us to beat this Packers team. I know they're pretty beat up on they're pretty much their defensive line. They don't have Devontae Wyatt. They don't have, of course, Micah Parsons there. And I think in terms of like percentage, in terms of pressures, their pressures percentage have dropped off significantly.
Of course.
Due to them not having Micah Parsons. And so going into this game, specifically, the run game, I'm looking at Chicago Bears run game because we already know they're on a 4-game losing streak. And we already know what the Baltimore Ravens did to that Packers run defense. Derrick Henry literally ran all over that Packers defense. And so going into this game, Chuck, I want to get some of your key things. Well, your 3 keys in order to beating this Packers team.
I think Cole Kmet, he probably put it more succinctly than anybody else I've heard put it, bro. When he was talking about what he believes is the thing that could drive us to victory in this. He said a lot of people, a lot of fan base, and even players think that everything is about hyping yourself up and getting emotional and the willpower and all of that. He said all of that is great, but the thing that's going to lead this team to victory is the attention to the details. It's about the details that make the world a difference. And I think that's going to be key in this game. I'm going to start out by saying my first key to victory is the Bears need to start out fast. We need to start out and score early and often, which is something we haven't done a lot of late in this season. That's something that, we need to get back to. We need to get back to that. Just for the simple fact, the Packers they're a front-running team, bro. They're a front-running team. And as a front-running team, they want to put you in position where you always chasing. And they feel like if you're always chasing, they always have an advantage because they feel like they can keep it going on the offensive end and keep you having to chase them down. So I need the Bears to get out the gate, start early. We want to score early and score often. I don't care if you're mixing touchdowns in with field goals or how you're doing it. Just make sure you're adding points. Don't just make it exclusively field goals, but let's make sure we're adding points to that scoreboard. We want to reverse the order here. Put them as the ones chasing in the game instead of us always doing the chasing. Second key to victory, I believe, is we have to run the ball. We have to establish the run game, really commit to the ground game. And I know, the Packers, they can be pretty stingy in the run defense at times. But if you want to win this game, you can't let them dictate the control of that line of scrimmage. You have to play your game. You don't want to end up playing their game. Now, thank God we got the Iceman, and he can play just about anybody's game. Matter of fact, this Bears team has proven all year that they can play at anybody's style and beat them at their style. But our identity is this run game. We have manhandled, we have muscled, we have ran people over with this run game. We need some of that in this game. So that's the second key to victory. Third key to victory, to me, you got to get some stops defensively. We got to get Jordan Love out of his comfort zone. We did an excellent job of that in this last game against the Green Bay Packers. Get some stops defensively, to get some turnovers. That's what we great at. We lead the league in turnovers. So let's get those three that get that as a part of the main three. I believe we get those three elements, and Caleb remains mistake free for the most part, like he plays. But I don't see no way that the Packers can come in here and get this victory. But yeah, those three: start fast, establish the run, and then get some stops on defense. Do them three, I think we good, bro.
Oh, those are some good ones. I think for me, in order for us to beat these Packers, like you said, one, attention to details. Ben Johnson always harps on that. He's always big on attention to details because we're in the playoffs. The margins of error is very razor thin.
Right.
Like literally, like the playoffs is a whole different beast. You can't have all these delay of games. You can't have these false starts.
Right.
You can't be you got to be lined up properly because like I said, the margins of error is very, very thin. Now the last matchup against the Packers, it got a little bit chippy. We got penalized a little bit or whatever.
I see you, Eric. Go Bears. Go Bears.
But when it comes to the playoffs, attention matters. You got to be played more disciplined. You got to be on your P's and Q's. Just don't look at the jersey. Yeah, I know it's the Packers or whatever, but don't just look at the jersey. We're trying to get to the next round.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be just one and done. It'll be very disappointing, if we lost to them. Just how Cap said it'll be a loss of biblical proportions. He said it'll be a failure.
He's funny. Biblical proportions.
It'll be a massive failure.
That's a bit of a reach there, Cap. Okay, brother.
Yeah. But I get it. But just like I said, just don't look at the jersey. You got to play our brand of football. And that goes into my second point. Controlling the time of possession. Like these last three games against some of our opponents, we've given up over 400 total yards. They've had over 10 minutes of time of possession. Their 36, whatever the opponent's was, 36 minutes to our 23, because they've had the ball longer. We already know where our defense is. Our defense is kind of a bend but don't break type of defense.
And
we already know that our defense, can't get pressure enough to get to the quarterback. We already know that. And so Ben Johnson, he's going to have to figure out a way to play keep away. Let the opponents play keep away with these opponents because we already know our defense is going to give up, some key third down matchups. They're going to give up a lot of yards. We already saw last week against the Detroit Lions, like our secondary literally couldn't stop Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. And like I said, our defensive line could not get to the quarterback. They're allowing Jared Goff to just sit in there, throw the ball, literally just carve up our defense. And we can't have that. We can't have that. And so I'm looking at you, Ben Johnson. I'm looking at the offense. I'm looking at these guys because, sometimes, we have problems dropping the passes. Some of our receivers, they be dropping passes. We gotta lock in, make sure your hands are, you're doing like this. Make sure your hands was wide open like this to make sure you're able to catch the ball. I'm looking at, Colston Loveland and and Luther Burden to get a number of share of the passes, because I think those are of Caleb's. The last couple weeks, I think Caleb has been leaning more on those types of guys. The last couple weeks, he's been leaning on them by being their trusted receivers. Looking at those guys, and of course, like you said, the run game. That also goes into my time possession. We also got to get the run game going to make sure that we're also controlling the time of possession. And my third point, that's going to go into my defense. We got to stop the opponents on key third down matchups, on certain third down matchups, because we are one of the worst. Our defense is one of the worst. We can't.
One of the worst in terms of what, though? One of the worst in terms of what? Like the yard,
like third down key matches, third down. Yeah.
Okay.
Like we can't. It's like we can't get off the field. Like our defense can't get off the field. And that's a problem. And going into this playoffs, they're gonna be facing good teams. These are not no slouch teams. Green Bay. We could talk about Green Bay all we want. They are facing all these injuries, but I mean, they're still a good team. You can't overlook this team. Green Bay's still a good team. They got some speedy wide receivers. They got Christian Watson. They got Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed. We got to figure out how, we have to stop them on these key third down matchups. And Dennis Allen, I'm looking at you. I know you like playing man or whatever, or or whatever, because our defense is not that good, but you gotta do something, do whatever you can. I know you're coming up with all these disguised blitzes, but we just got to do something, man.
Yeah, well, just being honest about the whole defensive situation, Coach. We have to be real. The fact that we do not, we really can't put all this on in Dennis Allen's lap and just say he's not doing a good job. We just don't have the horses in certain positions, bro. To really be able to dominate up the middle. We're okay. We're serviceable at times, but we can get gashed there. And then on the edge, the only edge rusher we truly have that can consistently get some form of pressure or remotely get some form of pressure is Montez Sweat. So, a defensive coordinator, he can scheme well, but it's only so much you can do when you're limited, bro. It's only so much you can do.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, oh, I didn't even hear him. Yeah. But like I said, but yeah, this is gonna be a very very important matchup, man. Like I know the last couple weeks, our team hasn't been playing really well, well, specifically our defense. I mean, we played really well against San Francisco. It was a good offensive showing, and that's what I'm leaning on. I'm looking at the offense because we already know our defense. We're going to give up a lot of yards. That's a given, And Chuck is right. Chuck is right. Dennis Allen, he's doing whatever he can. It's just that we don't got the guys up front. We don't got the guys up front to bring that pressure. I love Javon Dexter. He's my guy. But it's just, man, I don't know what it is. He's kind of regressed back. Andrew Billings, we need a defensive tackle sometime in the draft. Of course, we need some edge rushers, whatever. Austin Booker has been serviceable, or whatever. And we definitely going to address that, in the offseason. Yeah. We're definitely going to address that in the offseason,
I will say this, though, about Austin Booker. I think the Bears just maybe need to be a little more patient with that kid and have a little more faith in him. I think that dude can be a nice piece. Now, he's no Myles Garrett. I'm not going.
He's no Max Crosby.
Right. He's not Max Crosby. But that dude has a motor that makes
probably could trade for him next offseason. Trade for Max Crosby.
And I would love it. But that dude has a motor in him that won't quit, bro. And so
yeah, it's true.
He's very smart. He's very smart. Is he limited? Yeah, he's limited. He's got some growing to do in some areas. He don't always know
But he's got some good instincts. You're right. He does have some good instincts.
Right. But I don't think, that he's a complete wash over there. I think the biggest issue we have right now is that lack of pressure up the middle. That no stonewallers in that defensive front against the run. Andrew Billings, he was a nice gap field, but I don't think he cuts the mustard. Grady Jarrett.
Javon kind of regressed a little bit.
Well, I wouldn't even say he regressed. I just don't think he's the prototypical 3-tech that we need in that middle. But I don't think it's enough beef on him, bro. He's just not big enough to me, man. He's not big enough, bro. He really is not big enough. Let me see. He said Booker and Sweat need to keep them hands up to shut down short passes. The past 2 weeks, linebackers need to step up as for a second level explosion from opponents' backs. Secondaries keep going the way that they've been going all year. I mean, we can't as much. We can't. Okay, I'm not real clear on what you're trying to say there, my brother, but I'm checking you out here. They've been doing an outstanding job. All things being considered, absolutely, the Bears defense has been doing an outstanding job, knowing the deficiencies that we have on the defense. We need to get a little more deeper.
They're not getting to the end zone, that's for sure. A lot of these opponents, they're not getting all the way to the end.
We're bend but don't break, and we are opportunistic. We are very opportunistic when it comes to turnovers. So what Dennis Allen has schemed, and this is where you got to give him all the credit in the world. Why so many Bears fans are critical of this man. You got to give him all the credit in the world, and the fact that he's able to schematically put the team in position to get turnovers. Where we lacking that, he made up for it by him and Al Harris. I'm gonna give Al Harris his P's on this too. Him and Al Harris made up for it by putting us in position to get turnovers. If you can't stop nobody, take the ball away. It just makes sense. Yes, sir. We are getting Rome back. That's what you're asking. Are we getting Rome back? Absolutely. And to that I say, Packers fans, oh boy, that's that's Caleb Williams' #1 receiver. That's his guy, his go-to threat. That's the guy we didn't have.
I already know who they're gonna have on Rome already. I already know who they're gonna put Rome on.
It doesn't matter, bro, because at this point you got DJ Moore and Burton cooking along with him, and when you get Rome going with that, oh boy, it's gonna be a tall order.
They're gonna put Trayvon Diggs on him, and you know what happened when they put Trayvon Diggs on?
Torched him. Week 3, need we play the clip again?
Week 3, remember Dallas?
Yeah. But the Bears are coming into this game relatively healthy. We're about 97, 98% healthy outside of maybe CJ Garner-Johnson and a couple of other pieces that are really backups for the most part. But we're healthy. We're getting Roma Dunze back. We're getting Kyler Gordon back. We're getting Ozzie Trapillo back. And wait for it, we're even getting Braxton Jones back, people. So, the Bears are going into this playoffs healthy with our starters, and that is a thing of beauty. And the way Colston Loveland and Caleb Williams is cooking up right now, oh boy, Packers fans, it's about to get serious.
I mean, Colston Loveland, I mean, what can we say about that kid, bro? I mean,
outstanding. And while we're talking on Colston, let me say this. Let me give Ben.
I didn't expect us to get him, dude. I did not expect this. We did a whole draft video. Like we were talking about how we needed a left tackle. We needed Kelvin Banks Jr. or even Tyler Warren. But Colston Loveland, I was like looking at the pick. Colston Loveland? Like what?
I did not see that coming.
I was way left field, bro.
Yeah, me and you both, bro. Because I didn't think I love Cole Kmet as the tight end. I really didn't think it was necessary for us to go get another tight end. But now that I see the invaluableness of Colston Loveland,
impactful, how impactful he is on the field.
Hey, I'm shutting up and I'm letting Ben be Ben, bro. Ben know what the heck he's doing, bro. He went and got a great one, bro, with Colston Loveland, bro.
That dude is our leading. I think he's our leading receiver right now.
Yeah, over the last 2 weeks, I believe it is. They said, He been on fire, bro. That dude is clowning around here.
And I think overall this season, I think he led the team in yards and receptions.
Up into the 49ers game, do you know this dude did not have a drop pass? That was that 49ers game was the first game all year that he had a drop pass in, bro.
He's got the best hands on the team, man.
Easily to see that. It's easy to see that, bro. You know. But yeah, bro, this is whew. The Bears cooking up some stuff over here, bro. I love it, bro. I love it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to me, man.
Jesus,
I wish I could join you boys. Who is that? Who's
I don't know who this is though. I don't know.
I'm not sure. You one of my guys, Derek? I'm trying to see who you are, man.
Yeah. You gotta let us know in the chat, bro. I'm not just gonna allow anybody, but either way.
Oh, that's my guy, Dre.
Oh, Dre. Oh, okay, from TD2. Oh, yeah.
Nah, you don't know him though, Cole. He calls himself the Russian Bear, bro. He's literally from Russia. But really? He cool, man. He cool. If he let you on here, Dre, you just be respectful. That's all I ask. Now he good people, bro. I'm just messing.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's your call, bro. But yeah, man, the Bears, we are healthy at the right time. I think we have the perfect coach with the perfect quarterback and running the perfect system at the perfect time. I believe the Bears are in the perfect storm for us to make a Super Bowl run, bro. But we gotta get this first one. Can't look ahead. We gotta play this one instead. And I love what Ben Johnson told the players. Coach Loveland was talking about it. Ben Johnson told the players, he said, I know some of y'all maybe want to get, maybe want to, make plans and, maybe want to make plans about and book flights and all this here. He said, but if you booking flights right now, he said, don't even bother showing up. He said, because right now we need you prepared to play for the next 5 weeks. There we go. We need you.
What's up, Jonas? How you doing, my boy?
John Nick, man, you need to get in here, bro. What's up, John?
Yeah, put the link right there if you guys want to join in.
Bro.
Hey, I was actually supposed to have Teo on. Teo was supposed to come on. He's
he probably will at him, and he might just be busy, bro.
Oh, here he is.
What's up, boys? How y'all doing?
What's good, man? What's good?
What's up? I've been watching. Man, I seen some good put-ins, man. I like it. I'm hyped.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears game, man?
I've been seeing a lot of people. Talk. I don't want to overlook the Packers. I think we got to take it game by game, and obviously Packers are our first team. I really want us to put all in with the Packers because playoff and the divisional game, they tend to get tricky, as we've seen the last couple of weeks with Minnesota beating two of our opponents, and they look spectacular. And I'm like, how does that work? So I don't want the Bears to overlook the Packers. A very strong team. I believe they're getting Love back. But Charles said, we do what we do. We've been playing good football all year. I think those were the building blocks of the Bears. And now we got to put it all together, We look at the losses.
Why you call you the Russian Bear, bro. You definitely got
What's good, Jonas? I see you over there,
bro. Look like a bear, bro.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Jonas, bro? Long time no see, my boy.
Man, what's going down, man? What's going down? Just be working all the time.
You already know what the word is, bro.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on this game, dude? What are your thoughts, Jonas?
Well, shit, the team exceeded my expectations, but at least by one win. I said, which I tell Kofi, like I told him last year and this year, I said, they ceiling depending on how the defense run, how the offense accumulate, moving the ball early in the season will dictate everything that we need to know about this team. And I said that it would be anywhere between 5 to 10 wins if they defense get turnovers. Last year they didn't get all them turnovers. This year they did. That flipped a few games here and there where they lost those close games. So when it come down to it with this season and what they need to do now in the playoffs, they have to get turnovers because it seems like their run support is getting worse. And
You mean the
of
run
course,
support on defense, Jonas?
yeah, of course, their run support on defense is horrible.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. Like they had multiple moments where they was able to stop the run. It's like now after they let Christian McCaffrey run all those damn yards on them, they can't stop nobody since that week, with the 49ers.
If I'm totally
go
honest with
ahead.
you, not to cut you off, but if I'm totally honest with you, I really think more so than anything, bro, it's a focus thing with the Bears defense because we're in a pass happy league right now. And so the way they designed this defense, we littered with secondary players. We littered with cornerbacks. We littered with safeties and what have you. And Al Harris has done a marvelous job having these guys in the right position to get all these turnovers. And that's why we lead the league with it. But I believe when
former Packer, by the way, 3-time Pro Bowler too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we don't care about that former stuff. We glad he here. No, sorry,
yeah, I know, right?
But I believe when the Bears focus on stopping the run, I believe we get stops, bro. Now it's Christian McCaffrey, bro. We talk about him running wild. Who he don't run wild on, man. He's one of the best to ever do it, bro. You know what I mean?
Well,
but
I'll put it like this.
We handle Josh Jacobs
well.
Played the Packers.
Well, I can't say this. The last few times the Bears played the Panthers, McCaffrey didn't have no success when he was with the Panthers. He only had success during this time period when he was with San Fran.
Different team.
And we did great against Barkley, so.
Yeah, true.
We did well against Barkley. So, yeah, that's why I say I think it's more of a focus thing. If we focus.
I don't think so.
I don't think
it's personnel. Personnel.
Well, I'm not gonna argue.
But Charles, you said it earlier too. We're missing current pieces in the defense, and I see it all the time from, I see it from the D line to the linebackers.
Tackles,
You know,
defensive tackles. We can't get no pressure up the middle because our defensive tackles can't get pressure. Javon Dexter's not getting pressure,
and those are killers.
Not getting no pressure.
Yeah, those are killers when we can't get no pressure.
That kills us.
Yeah. It's almost like shit. It damn near made me want to go back in time and grab Ted Washington and Keith Trailer and Tommy Harris.
Keem Hicks, them dudes. I want to grab a Keem Hicks.
Right. I'm about to say because it's crazy that you say, oh, it's a focus detail, but it's like they still running a damn near similar scheme that they did with Lovie Smith since they switched back to the 4-3 defense. It's a personnel situation because even back then, 20 years ago, with the Bears, they were still able to stop the run, barely blitz.
We was built
different. Only 4, and remember, they were still throwing the ball back then. Like they was just starting to throw the ball like crazy back then. Quarterbacks were starting to accumulate the 4,000-yard mark on a more consistent basis. At first, it was maybe 1 or 2.
Right.
By 05, 06, it was about 5 or 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks doing it. So it's not like things have changed that much, other than, of course, the rules to help the offense.
Yeah.
In terms of stopping the run, it's always going to be personnel. You're going to need personnel that's just real good at doing both. You need that Akeem Hicks. You need that Bilal Nichols type players that can do stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Eddie Goldman's and stuff.
Yeah, but that's why I talked about the focus, bro, because those guys you just named, all those guys they were focused run stoppers. When they came in the game, that was a purpose, bro. Stop the run. They have no other job. If they got to a quarterback, it was a bonus, bro. If they got that pressure on him, it was a bonus. But their main job was to stuff that run. And this is why I talk about the focus. Not saying that these guys are great that we got, and if they focus, they just gonna shut everybody down. I don't believe that. I do see that we got a lot of deficiencies with that. But I do think if we don't have nobody that's focused, it's just a focused run stopper, then that's where we going to have the issue. So the defense has to concentrate more on getting to the, stopping the run. This is where your Tremaine Edmonds and your TJ Edwards them come in with the blitzes because they got to make up for the lack of that in the middle.
But with doing that, that's why I say personnel is so key. Because if they was able to stop the run, or at least sometimes generate a pass rush that make Tremaine Edmonds and everyone free flow a lot easier and able to swarm and get to get to the quarterback and even the running back a lot easier. Your
Yeah.
safeties should not have close to 100 tackles a season unless they playing in the box.
Well, in a
If your
perfect
safeties
world,
if your safeties and corners have 75 tackles apiece, that means
That's
it's too
not good.
it's too many times a running back is getting up the
You're
field.
not getting no
yeah, I
pressure up
agree
the
with
middle.
that. But here's the reality. Here's the reality. And then I'm gonna let you speak, Ray. Here's the reality. The reality is this is what we got to work with. It ain't perfect, but we making it work. So we
Of
figuring
course,
it out. We
of
making it
course.
work, and all we can do is take advantage of our strengths and try to mask our weaknesses or compensate for them, man. So
Yeah.
now what you think about this, Dre? I'm gonna let you go, Dre, and then Jonathan, I want you to answer this. I
Okay.
personally think we got enough with what we got, both offensively and defensively, to if we get past this game, and the key thing is getting past this game. But if we get past this game, I think we got enough to make a push to get to the Super Bowl because I really don't see nobody else that's so dominant that I don't think we can beat. Dre, what you think about that?
I mean, I've seen it. You know me. I've been watching the Packers since I came to America. I've been watching since 2009. And if anybody can make a push, I've seen it. And teams been doing it. I think we do have enough pieces to make that push. Like the only thing that worries me, and I've been telling you, I think for quite a while, is that run defense. Because once we start facing teams that put stuff together,
Like
it's gonna
Seattle.
be tough.
Seattle.
Seattle. I think even San Francisco often just puts it together well. I think I got them going quite far. Now, you also mentioned the other day, Eagles, their basic team is easy to figure them out. Now, we seen what the Bears did against them. But when you get to those trickier teams that put stuff together, it's gonna be hard. I think we talk about a defense a lot, but offense got to do their part. I mean, we've seen them get off the field all the time, and they got to stay on the field longer to help our defense stay fresh and not worry about putting crazy games, just defensive games. I think that plays a big part of just putting bigger drives together, chewing up that clock, keeping our defense fresh, because we know we're missing pieces on defense. I think our offense is well balanced. I mean, what are we missing on offense? We got two tight ends. We got running backs that do a great job. We got Rome, who's a stud, more, I don't see Burden is coming up. I mean, Burden is so explosive. Now I'm watching him. I'm like, how did teams pass on him? How
Yeah,
did that
that's
happen?
crazy, bro, that they passed on him, bro.
I honestly, I'll be lying if I said I knew anything
I
about him. But now watching him,
I
I'm like,
didn't either.
you know, and I think a lot of people are in the same shoes as us. Like, who's Burden? And
Dude,
then
I
now
didn't
we're
know
watching him,
anything
and
about
then
Burden
it's like,
or Colston Loveland. We were just talking about
exactly.
Yeah.
And I
Burden,
was watching you guys while I was driving. I was watching you guys talk about Colston Loveland. I wanted the other guy, the other guy that's playing for
Tyler
the
Warren.
Colts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Warren.
Tyler Warren. We were talking Tyler Warren. Yeah.
But now I'm looking at Loveland, and he's like a mixture. He reminds me of a little bit of Kittle and
Yep.
Kelsey, and I'm like, I'll
Yep.
take that any day.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I will.
So
Now, low key, even though he did terrible things and all that, but he reminded me of Aaron Hernandez that can block.
uh,
Aaron
yeah,
Hernandez
yeah,
was a monster,
Yeah, he
bro.
could block.
yeah. He
Yeah.
was a
Yeah, that's
monster.
who he
A
reminded
lot
me
of people
of.
don't
He
talk
reminded
about
me
him
of Aaron.
enough.
Man.
Yeah, he reminded me of Aaron Hernandez, but he got the blocking ability like somewhat similar to Gronk. Not nowhere near close. Him or
Right.
Cole Komet ain't nowhere near like Gronk. Gronk was literally an offensive lineman that can catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's who he remind me of. He remind me of Aaron Hernandez with blocking skills.
I'm
He
so
gonna cook
impressed.
you.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with the way Ben Johnson came over here, man, and just set all this up, bro. It is just a thing of beauty when you look at how that man set this up. First thing he attacked, spent all the money on the offensive line. How many years we've been talking about that in
We've
Chicago?
been talking about even when me and Jonah Pitney were hosting, bro. We've been talking about how the Chicago Bears need to beef up that offensive line.
Yeah,
The last 3-4 years.
we've been talking about that. No, we've been talking about that. Man, we've been talking about the offensive line play since even when Cutler was still playing. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Long time, bro.
Well,
Oh,
we even went back. It was like even when Cutler was playing, the only good offensive lineman they had at the time was Kyle
Big Cat.
Long.
Kyle
James
Long,
Big
yeah.
Cat Williams still there, bro?
Oh no, Big Cat Williams. That's like in 2000.
No, he
That's
was on
way
that
back.
06 team, bro. He was on that Super Bowl team, bro. He was there.
Big Cat wasn't there for that. I remember the offensive line. That
Bro,
offensive line was
Thomas
John
Jones
Tate,
was running
Ruben.
behind him, man.
No, it was. I'm telling you now. The starting lineup was John Tate, Ruben Brown, Olin Kreutz, Roberto Garza, and Fred Miller.
Fred Miller, yeah.
Because Fred Miller came from the Titans. He was the only non-Pro Bowl on that team. Roberto Garza just became. Well, he was a Pro Bowler, I think, with Atlanta.
I think
we know about Olin Kreutz.
He was a free agent. I think.
Yeah, he was a free agent. He was
yeah.
We already had Olin Kreutz. He been there since '98. Ruben Brown came from the Browns and another team, and then John Tate
from the Saints.
John Tate was John Tate came from the Chiefs.
From the Chiefs, yeah.
He was anchoring Trent Green and opened up huge holes for Priest Holmes back in the day. So that's how I know about John Tate. I watched John Tate straight up destroy Philip Daniels when they played him in 03.
Was good too.
Yeah, straight up destroyed Philip Daniels and a rookie Alex Brown, and he tore up Brian Robinson when they switched him over because he beefier than Philip Daniels. So I watched those guys hard back in the day. So I know who the lineup. Big Cat Williams last year with the Bears was 2002, 2003 season. That was Rex Grossman, I think, rookie year, or just before.
No, I think it was 2011. 2011 because what's his name was
Big
drafted.
Cat Williams.
He was traded.
Big Cat Williams.
No. Jay Cutler was traded. He was traded. Remember?
Yeah, he was traded in 09. After 08, 09
Big
season,
Cat,
he came
Big
09,
Cat's last year, I think, was 2011.
Hey, what was he like a 30-year pro then?
No, he was like
how old you think Big Cat was at that time, bro? You weren't that old.
I'm just saying because
no, you're right. I'm sorry, 2002.
Because when I think back, Big Cat Williams in the year, like I still remember playing the old Madden games and looking at all the stats.
You're right. It's 2002.
I'm like,
2002.
Right, because I'm like Big Cat Williams was already like a 13, 14-year pro. And when I played Madden 2000, I was like, damn, this nigga old as hell. I'm like, Big Cat Williams was like my age now, back then. So that's how I know that man grown as hell. That man in his 50s, easy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
So what you think? What you think, Jonah? Do you think we got you think we got enough if we get past these Packers, bro, to make a push to the Super Bowl?
Now I do believe that the Bears have enough to take it to the Packers because they run defense is bad, which effectively, when you do play action, it's going to open up a lot of holes.
Okay.
But the Bears just can't get complacent. They have to be more consistent. That bullshit they pulled in the last week when they couldn't score into the last 8 minutes and really into the last quarter, they cannot do that in the playoffs. You do that in the playoffs.
We've been seeing that a lot.
And I think
one and done.
We've been seeing that a lot. Like that fourth, I was just telling my other friends we were watching the game, was like, it's not gonna fly in the playoffs. These comebacks, it's exciting. I think it's a good thing to build off to, like to be a good fourth quarter team.
Right.
But it's not enough. You gotta do everything by the quarter. You can't just be coming back on fourth quarter, get like in these amazing drives, like these 2 touchdowns that we had last week, and it's not gonna fly like he said in the playoffs. It's just.
But I will say this to that, fellas. We have been missing a lot of our horses on offense, and we just getting all them back. When we had them at the beginning of the season, we were scoring early and often, bro. It was a different game when Rome was out there, and we had all these guys, man. But now,
but I still say he was force feeding Roman when he didn't have to. DJ Moore could have still had 1,000 yards.
It was effective though. It was effective though, Jonah. Regardless of if he and I agree with you. I did feel like he was overly feeding him. But that being said, it was effective. We were scoring. We were putting points.
Even against
go ahead.
even against the Detroit Lions. Like, remember that with that interception pass? Like, DJ Moore, he could have just ran. Like, I don't know why he just kind of stopped his momentum of not trying to go and get the ball. Like, why? Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. DJ Moore, he's a great player, but I've been looking at some of his tape, but it feels like sometimes it's like he's not giving his full effort. You know, like I said, even like against the Detroit Lions, when Caleb Williams threw that interception pass, like DJ Moore should have just gone over that route and try to catch the ball. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Well,
Like,
speaking about that one, Coach, that ball was uncatchable. What DJ Moore should have did in that situation was turn into the defender. When the ball is out of reach and you see the defender got a bead on it, you're supposed to turn into the defender, even if that means taking an offensive pass interference. You do what you got to do to make sure he don't come up with that ball. So I agree with you, and I saw what you saw. I think DJ Moore's body language sometimes can get him in a world of trouble, but I don't think he's a guy that lacks effort, bro. I really don't think he's a guy that lacks effort.
I don't believe his effort is motivation. Just 2 years ago, you almost had damn near 1,500 yards receiving, 10 touchdowns, almost 10 touchdowns, and then the very next year you almost get 1,000 yards with Keenan Allen and Roma Doomsday as a rookie, and then this year they because I'm a firm believer in organizations will try to phase you out if they want the other guy to be the man. They did it with Allen Robinson, who had 3 straight 1,200-yard receiving years, and then all of a sudden Allen Robinson can't get the ball at all, and they made the other guy, I forgot his name because he's not even there no more, Darnell Mooney, the number one guy, made sure he got 1,000 yards and pushed Allen Robinson out, and now they trying to do the same thing to DJ Moore. Us as fans don't really pay attention to the game and see it like that, but I've seen organizations do people like that constantly. They did it to Dez Bryant. They did it to Ricky Williams. Matter of fact, they did it to what's his name? He played for the Packers, but he was just too good. They couldn't get rid of him. Donald Driver. They tried. They tried to do it with Donald Driver with Greg Jennings, but Donald Driver was so damn good they couldn't do it. They had to wait for him to retire before they put Jordy Nelson out there.
He had too big an impact on every.
Would it be a wild take to say that Caleb has just more chemistry with Rome?
I don't think that would be a wild take. I don't think that'd be a wild take. I think
he's got chemistry.
I mean, we also seen that how displeased Rome. I mean, Moore was when Fields got kicked out. You know, he expressed it. You know, maybe that's part of why his effort is how his effort is, or why the organization treats him the way he treats him. That could be.
I was just about to say that. Him saying that is why the organization tried to phase him out, even though they just paid him. And people and a lot of people might be like, man, why would they do that? And they just paid him. I'm like, man, if you go through history of the game and know the game for real, you will see the little stuff they do to players. Like it's been players that I've seen dominate their whole career, get towards the end, but still real good. The organization try to phase them out for the next guy. And
prime example, Aaron Rodgers, my favorite player. They did that to him. They were missing one piece on offense that probably could have pushed them towards the Super Bowl. I mean, they went to the NFC Championship twice in a row, and they did that to the man that did everything for that organization. So I'm on your side. I'm on your side with that.
Even the Rams.
Matter of fact, they did it to Favre.
Yeah.
They did it to Favre.
Yeah, the same thing. Same thing.
So at least y'all understanding what I mean when I say that. Like organizations, if you say the wrong word, they will try to push your ass out of there and make it seem like you a bum. Where Allen Robinson at now?
And honestly, I don't think
he's on the couch. That's where he's on. He's on the couch, like the rest of us.
Honestly, Jonas, I don't think
it's true though. It's true. That's the NFL.
Yeah,
that's the nature of the NFL.
Honestly, I don't think it's to that degree with DJ Moore, but it is something to be said when you get a new coaching regime in that they want to bring in their own guys. You know what I mean? And if you wasn't their guy that they brought in, they will get to that phase you out point. You know what I mean? So I agree with you on that, bro. I agree with you on that. They could. But then Dre, you make a great point too. It just could be the chemistry too. That DJ,
two young guys, three young guys, four young
yeah,
guys, Burden, Loveland, and Rome. They just
right.
click. Maybe they have similar interests. Who knows? I mean, who knows what's going on behind the scenes?
You talking about
Man,
Caleb Williams and Roman Dunze coming in together. They lock, stock, and step with each other. They
Same draft, like all similar draft, like them three.
Yeah. And so
but it's still crazy though when you have because to me DJ Moore reminds me of a slightly faster Muhsin Muhammad. So when you have a veteran like that, but he's just younger, he came in a lot younger than Muhsin Muhammad. If you have a player like that,
Moose wasn't really no down the field cat. DJ Moore.
Yes, he was when he was with Carolina. He was. Watch his highlights before he went to the Bears when he had 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns in 16 games. That man was catching everything deep.
He was a great possession receiver. That's what I remember about Musa Muhammad.
He was a hands man, but he will definitely take the top off the defense. Remember, he got the longest reception in Super Bowl history with 75 yards.
His son plays for the Carolina Panthers right now.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like he wasn't that super downfield guy like Bernard Berry or Randy Moss and them, but he was the guy that'll he'll get you a 50, 60-yard reception every game if you did send him down the field. He was just a guy that was a good route runner that break your ankles and then get open that way.
Yeah. So fellas, let's get some predictions for this game tomorrow. Start with you, Dre.
Matter of fact, I wanted to go to transition to this because we got our NFL playoff predictions.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about the Green Bay Packers versus Chicago because this is literally a pick'em game. Green Bay, they're favored by 1.5 according to Vegas. In some reports, they have Chicago favored by 1.5. I mean, they're saying it can go either way between these two teams. So, well, whichever one wants to start with the predictions. What are your predictions and why?
Dre, the new guy on the deck. Come on, Dre.
We'll go with Dre first.
I think if the Bears can put a good effort up front against the Packers, I believe our secondary can handle the pressure. I believe we'll pull it off. Scoring wise, I don't know. I'm not looking at the spreads and stuff like that. If you want to go like this, I believe they can win by a touchdown, but maybe a closer game than I think, and maybe by a field goal. I think it's gonna be a tough game.
Hey, Ron, you're gonna have to be a little realistic sometimes. Come on, 48-3, Ron. Really? Put that in the chat. 48-3, Ron.
I mean, we would love to see a shootout and the Bears come on top. I would love to see it, but I just think it's gonna be one of those treacherous games. It's gonna be like divisional game in the playoffs. I mean, you can't joke around about it.
Right.
All right. What about you, Jonathan?
Well, like I said, I always did two predictions. You know that, Kofi. I got to go on both perspectives. I'll start even with the Packers. In order for the Packers to win, they have to attack their defense early. They have to get runs, 4 and 5 yard runs on a consistent basis, so they can do quick play action. And because Packers is good at throwing that short passing game that can turn to long games, and the Bears don't have the speed to do that, at least with this current Bears team. Those quick slants, then once they hit them with them quick slants, they do combination routes after that. Fake quick slant out routes, stuff like that.
Johnny, you don't think Kyler Gordon will make a difference in that, bro?
Kyler Gordon ain't played all year. He ain't gonna make a damn difference right now. He ain't played all year. He not in game ready shape. He's still stuck back in really week 2, week 3 mode where they still trying to find their footing. He gonna make a little bit of a difference in terms of run coverage and his IQ, but he ain't gonna have that. He ain't gonna have that.
That's what I was
gonna be able to do that
right there, bro. Yeah. But go ahead. That's what I was gonna allude to.
Yeah, I'm like his stamina ain't gonna be there. So if they able to do those little intangibles that can get them there, they can go up quick. Real quick, like before you know it, be 28-0 real quick because the Bears have a hard time since the second half of the season. Well, really later on in the second half of the season, really after the Eagles game, they can't stop the run.
But
What?
did you just say 28-0, Jonas?
Yeah, it can really turn into that.
Don't, bro. Come on, man.
If you not let me, I'm giving. You gotta let me do both perspectives. I'm doing it. I'm going from the Packers perspective. Now I have to. Now once I do that, I have to switch to the Bears perspective. That's the difference. I have to be honest. I have to be honest. I have to cut all emotion out and tell the truth. It can turn into that. It can get ugly real quick if that passing game be right. It can get ugly real quick.
Okay.
We have to be realistic. Now, on the other side of the ball, if the Bears is able to limit those short passes to just that, not allow them to continue to run and stop those damn third downs, because Packers tend to always have a 67 or more % rate on third downs against the Bears, specifically since Jordan Love have taken over. It's even higher than it was with Aaron Rodgers. If they're able to limit that and cut that in half, I don't even say half, cut that down to third, cut that down to 40%. That's automatically taking 2 touchdowns off the board for the Packers, because they depend on that to do that against the Bears. Now, if Caleb Williams, if they allow Caleb Williams to just run downfield sometimes instead of trying to keep him contained, which the offense do that. Your offensive structure can keep you contained. If they're able to do that and allow him to move freely a little bit more, along with the play action passing and running the football, and the defense actually stop the run some damn time, then the Bears can flip it, and they can be I ain't gonna say they're gonna blow them out 28-0, but it can easily turn into a 21-20 24 to 10 game for the Bears. I say 10. I ain't gonna say 0. I ain't gonna say 0 because the Bears defensive structure is not built to hold anybody to 0. Okay. They defensively built to hold you to 15, 16 points, maybe 17.
They bend but don't.
But they not built to do that. Like we know once they get into the red zone, they can shut you down in that red zone. But outside the red zone, they ass defensively.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible.
Yeah. My phone. Was that you, Jonah? That might be good.
Yeah, that's Jonah. All right. Sorry.
Let me jump in here with this one. I got you, Jonah. They can blow us out 28-0, but we can barely get by them. I got you, brother. No, I'm just messing with you, Jonah. I'm happy to see you, man. I ain't see you in a minute. But
always.
For me, I definitely can see the Bears coming up in this game, and I got us winning. I believe if we get out the gate fast and establish that run early and often, especially with all our weapons being back on offense, I can see the Bears winning this game something like 28-14. I think one factor that's not and nobody's going to really talk about too much is the fact the last time that Jordan Love saw the field, it was his Soldier Field, and he left here with a concussion. I think if the Bears can get any sort of pressure in his face, he can get a little tight. I think he can get a little nervous.
My bad. I just got people.
It's okay, bro. So you all good, Jonah. You family on here, bro. So you good. I think he can get a little happy feet and get a little gun shy back there, Cove. I really think that, man.
Yeah, especially throwing off his back foot. He could throw interceptions. He's acceptable throwing interceptions when he throws off his back foot. And
the last time he seen, especially if it's Austin Booker coming at him, bro. Last time he seen
even last year against throwing off his back foot.
Right. I mean, but throwing off his back foot is what he's been trained to do. He's pretty good at that throw off his back foot stuff, bro. I'm not gonna even. I don't think that's an advantage.
Most likely he got that from Aaron Rodgers.
Right. So, and he does it well. He
exactly who he got it from.
Yeah, but that being said, I think we can make him a little gun shy if we hit him. The key thing I think for us to slow them down is to get back there and hit him, bro. Put some pressure on him. When he take one of them hits, it'll jar his memory back to the last time he took one of them hits, and I think it'll make him look gun-shy. And I think that's where we'll get this game. Caleb stays mistake-free, which Caleb tends to play, mistake-free ball, doing what he do, and I think the Bears we can win this by 14, 28-14.
I think this will be a close game between the two teams. I think both of these teams are a lot closer than what people expect them to be. I mean, Green Bay, they got some good weapons. I mean, they got Dontavian Wicks. They got a solid tight end and Tucker Kraft. I mean, yeah, they're a solid team, Jordan Love, he is going to be kind of rusty because it's been like almost 2 weeks since he's been playing.
Yeah, this will be 3.
Be coming back. Yeah. But I think this will be a close game because, like I said, I think both of these teams are a lot closer than what people expect them to be. I have this game being like a 24-20 type of game, or a 24-21. With Cairo Santos winning by a field goal. But yeah, man. I think this is gonna come down to a game of inches, man. I mean, both of these teams already seen each other. Oh, I got booted out. Oh, really? I don't. Hold on. Let me bring you back on, dude. Kick from Steve. No. Well, see if you could bring yourself back, Jonathan. I don't know what's going on, or whatever. Can you come? Okay. But like I said, like this is gonna come down to a game of inches. It's gonna come down to a game of inches. I think this is gonna be closer than what people expect. Like I said, the Chicago Bears defense and what Jonathan alluded to, our defense, is kind of a bend but don't break type of defense, and so we're gonna be giving up some points. But I think our offense will be enough, to get to Green Bay's defense, for sure. I think it's enough to get to Green Bay's defense, specifically the run defense, and our run game is so good enough. The second matchup when we faced them, hey, who's that little girl right there?
That's my grandbaby, Zuri.
How you doing?
Hey, Zuri.
Like you. But how you doing? But yeah, I think this is definitely going to come down to a game of inches. Our running game is just too good enough, to get to Green Bay's, run defense. And like I said, the second matchup already, our run game was like that first drive was just humming. It wasn't until when Ben Johnson did that whole gimmicky play or whatever, when he had Cole Kmet, out and under center, and then like they ended up fumbling that whole snap. But I think, Ben Johnson, he's going to come in very focused. He's going to have this team focused, because I don't know if you guys saw what Colston Loveland said. Colston Loveland said somewhere along the lines of, if you guys are not here to play this playoff game, then
for
don't
5 weeks. If you're not ready to play for 5 weeks,
if you're not here to play for 5 weeks, don't show up.
Ben Johnson's words. Yeah.
Don't be scheduling no vacations.
Yeah.
Y'all not going on one anytime soon.
If you want to go to Cancun, if you want to go to Las Vegas, don't show up. Don't show up to work for the next 5 weeks. And that's where those are the type of words he put it plainly. So I think Ben Johnson, this team, they're gonna come in ready, focused. They're gonna come in prepared, and yeah, man, good, better, best. Never let it rest.
There you go.
That's it. All
right, fellas, I'm gonna have to get ready to get out of here.
Okay, boys. Appreciate you for having me on.
Okay.
Hey, that's it. Tomorrow's that day.
Yes, sir. Bear down, baby.
Bear down, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's that day.
Yes, sir.
Y'all be good. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening.
Yes, sir.
Right,
you too, my brother.
All right, guys. We're gonna end this stream today. I'd like to thank you guys for coming. And tomorrow, man, is the most highly anticipated matchup. I will be streaming live tomorrow at 5:00 p.m. my time. I'm in California, and if you're in Chicago, 7 p.m. that time. So, man, get ready, man. It's gonna be a wild one, and man, I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. But thank you guys for coming, and how we always end it over here. Claws up. Bear down. All right, guys. I'm out. Peace.